Cruise alert. Ships rerouted as regional tensions escalate. Your dream Mediterranean cruise just got completely rerouted overnight. That Caribbean itinerary you booked 6 months ago changed without warning. This is happening right now to thousands of cruisers. And if you have a cruise booked, you need to hear this. Today, we're exposing what cruise lines don't tell you about itinerary changes and the contract clauses that could leave you with zero refund options. Hit that subscribe button to cruise smarter than everyone else. Let's dive in. Number 1. Cruise lines can change your itinerary anytime. Here's the uncomfortable truth. That cruise contract you clicked, I agree on, it gives the cruise line almost unlimited power to alter your itinerary for any reason they deem necessary. Regional tensions fall squarely into that category. Former cruise line operations managers reveal that when geopolitical situations develop, entire risk assessment departments monitor everything from political unrest to port safety. The moment they identify a threat, even minor, they have the legal right to reroute your ship. No advance notice required, no compensation guaranteed. One passenger booked an $8,000 Eastern Mediterranean cruise. 3 weeks before departure, the entire itinerary changed to Western Mediterranean ports. Different countries, different experiences, same price. When she called to cancel, the force majeure clause blocked her. No refund, only a restrictive future cruise credit. That force majeure clause covers severe weather, natural disasters, political instability, and government advisories. Once invoked, you lose leverage. The cruise line fulfilled their obligation by offering you a cruise, just not the one you booked. Number 2, some regions are rerouting hotspots. Think your Caribbean cruise is safe? Think again. Former port operations directors say several regions see rerouting far more often than passengers realize. The Red Sea and Suez Canal route has seen massive disruptions. Ships that normally transit between Europe and Asia have been forced around Africa, adding weeks to repositioning cruises. One cruise line canceled an entire season of Red Sea itineraries, rebooking thousands of passengers. The Caribbean isn't immune. When political tensions rise or crime rates spike, cruise lines quietly drop ports. One major line stopped calling at a popular Caribbean port for 2 years. They never announced it publicly, just rerouted ships. Even Alaska has seen changes. Canadian port restrictions or closed indigenous waters forced complete itinerary redesigns. Passengers expected one glacier location and ended up at a completely different fjord. If you're booking a cruise in a region with even minor political tensions or safety advisories, you're gambling with your itinerary. The ship will sail, but it might not go where you think. Number 3. The 24-hour rule that could save your vacation. Former guest services managers wish more passengers knew this. Most cruise lines have an internal 24-hour notification rule for significant pre-departure itinerary changes. If they change your itinerary more than 24 hours before departure, you typically have more options. You can often cancel for a full refund or accept a significant future cruise credit. But once you board, even if you learned about the change hours before, your options vanish. One savvy cruiser sets up Google alerts for her cruise regions and checks forums weekly. When her Mediterranean cruise was rerouted, she found out through forums before the official email. She immediately called and exercised her cancellation right, getting a full refund. Passengers who waited had no such option. Your action plan: check email daily starting 2 weeks before departure. Monitor cruise forums and social media groups for your ship. If you see rerouting mentions, call immediately. Time is everything. Always save written confirmation of changes. Number 4. Substitute ports are almost never equal. Former shore excursion coordinators admit replacement ports rarely match the appeal of original destinations. Here's why passengers end up disappointed. Cruise lines have limited rerouting options. They need ports that can accommodate their ship, have available berth space, and allow quick changes. That bucket list stop? It might get replaced with a port you could drive to from home. Real examples. A cruise featuring ancient Ephesus ruins in Turkey got rerouted to a small Greek island with minimal attractions. A Panama Canal cruise lost its canal transit and added extra sea days, plus a commercial port. An Asia voyage swapped 2 iconic ports for an overnight at a beach resort the cruise line partially owns. The pattern: cruise lines substitute ports where they have partnerships, easier shore excursions, or controlled costs. From their perspective, it makes sense. From yours, it's devastating when that UNESCO World Heritage Site gets replaced with a private island beach day. What to do? Research which ports are most likely to be cut if tensions arise. If one port is your must-see, book a separate land trip instead of gambling on a changeable cruise itinerary. Read recent passenger reviews, not old ones. Itineraries change constantly. Number 5. Travel insurance might not cover what you think. You paid extra for insurance. assuming it protects you if your cruise gets rerouted. Big mistake. Former travel insurance agents admit most policies exclude what matters most. Standard cruise insurance covers trip cancellation for illness, injury, death, jury duty, or home damage. What it doesn't cover, I don't want to go because the itinerary changed. Even comprehensive policies often exclude cruise line itinerary changes, especially from circumstances beyond control. You need cancel for any reason insurance, called CFAR. The catch? It adds 40% to 50% to your base insurance cost. You must buy it within 14 to 21 days of your deposit, and it only reimburses 50% to 75% of costs, not 100%. One couple bought standard insurance for a $12,000 cruise. When rerouted, they tried canceling. Insurance denied it, stating itinerary changes weren't covered. They lost their deposit and had to take the rerouted cruise or forfeit everything. Protection strategy. If your cruise visits regions with geopolitical concerns, buy cancel for any reason insurance from a third-party provider. Read the exclusion list carefully. If the insurance cost seems too high, that's a warning sign about the cruise itself. Number 6. Timing your booking matters more than ever. Former revenue managers reveal when you book directly impacts your protection if rerouting happens. Early bookers, 12 to 18 months out, get lowest prices but highest rerouting risk. A lot happens geopolitically in 18 months. Upside, if the itinerary changes significantly, you typically have more leverage for credits or upgrades. Late bookers, 60 to 90 days before sailing, pay higher but face less change risk. If regional tensions were going to impact the route, adjustments are already made. You're paying a premium for stability. The sweet spot, 4 to 6 months before departure, reasonable prices, and while changes are possible, you have time to monitor and decide before final payment. Pro tip, never make final payment early, even for incentives. Wait until the last day. Before final payment, you can often cancel for a small penalty. After final payment, you lose most refund options. Number 7. Cruise lines have backup plans you don't see. Former fleet operations coordinators reveal major cruise lines maintain detailed contingency routing plans for every itinerary, sometimes 3 or 4 backup versions. These can be activated within hours. Operations teams constantly monitor global situations through government sources, security consultants, and retired military advisors. When tensions rise, they don't wait for official advisories. They proactively move ships away from potential problems before passengers realize there's an issue. One insider described it as a massive chess game. If one ship leaves a region, others shift routes to cover empty ports. It's a domino effect impacting dozens of itineraries across multiple cruise lines. But here's the reality. These backup routes prioritize safety and operational efficiency, not passenger experience. Replacement ports might be cheaper, require fewer fees, or simply be easier to access. Your vacation experience is secondary. What this means? The cruise line is prepared for changes long before you are. By the time you're notified, they've executed a plan benefiting their operation first. Number 8. Some passengers are profiting from reroutes. Savvy travelers have turned this into a strategy. When regional tensions cause mass itinerary changes, there's a window where informed passengers can benefit. Here's the scenario. A cruise line announces a major reroute. Passengers cancel immediately, leaving empty cabins. The cruise line needs to fill them quickly, offering aggressive last-minute discounts to past passengers. If you're flexible, you can score rerouted cruises at 50% to 70% off. One experienced cruiser monitors cruise line news religiously. When a line announced it was pulling ships from an entire region, he knew cancellations would follow. He waited 3 days, then called his Diamond hotline. He booked a rerouted Mediterranean cruise originally $6,000 per person for just $1,800, simply because the ship needed bodies. The catch: you must be genuinely flexible about destinations. If you're chasing a specific port, this won't work. But if you want a great deal and don't care where you're going, rerouting situations create opportunities. Number 9. What you can actually control. Former passenger services directors say there are specific actions to protect yourself and maintain control, even when regional tensions are unpredictable. First, diversify your bookings. Don't book all future cruises in high-risk regions. Mix stable itineraries like Alaska and the Caribbean with adventurous routes. If one gets rerouted, you still have reliable trips planned. Second, build relationships with your travel agent or cruise representative. Established relationships often mean earlier notification about changes and better compensation options. Third, treat port-intensive itineraries as bonuses, not guarantees. If you're sailing for the ship experience and relaxation, changes won't devastate you. But if you're booking for specific destinations, Consider land-based travel where you control the itinerary. Finally, stay informed but don't panic. Regional tensions are global reality, but cruising isn't dangerous. Cruise lines have decades of experience navigating these situations safely. Your job: book smart, protect yourself with proper insurance, and maintain realistic expectations. So there you have it. Everything cruise lines won't openly tell you about regional rerouting and itinerary changes. You're now armed with insider knowledge that puts you ahead of 99% of passengers. You know what triggers reroutes, how to protect yourself financially, and when to book for maximum stability. If this information helped you understand the real world of cruise itineraries, hit that like button and subscribe to Cruise Smart for insider tips you won't find anywhere else. Drop a comment and tell us, have you ever experienced a cruise reroute? And how did the cruise line handle it? Your experience could help other cruisers navigate these tricky situations. Until next time, sail informed and cruise smart.